Okay, David Paul.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, good evening. I came to the Planning Commission meeting and I had to leave before I speak, so I'm looking forward to addressing that because I do have some comments about this whole process, but we'll save that for then. I wanted to start by telling you guys a riddle. Why did 6 run away from 7? 7, 8, 9. My kids just had their birthdays. They're now 9 and 7. So every night when my little guy goes to bed, my 9-year-old, I tell him, look out in there tonight. They like that. It's fun. Fun. This is what it's about, isn't it? I was watching some of the economic things on TV. Paul Krugman, Bob Woodward on This Week had some thoughts about the economy and where we're going. And it's just fun to pretend we're having a better world. So that's what I want to do right now. Mr. Mayor, I felt pretty bad that you've been kicked around the press lately. You know, I really like you. I feel really good about you. I'd like you to know how I feel about you. I feel about you like, did you see the movie King Arthur, where the Saxon king met Arturo, the conscripted Roman general who was in charge of Britain during the fall of the civilization, and after he met Arturo out in the battlefield, he walked away and he says, finally, a man worth killing. Now, all for the killing part. That's the way I feel about you. I would recommend, though, that if we ever get into an event where there's a death match, that you be barred from wielding a spear in that event in the choice of weapons, because you were just absolutely fierce out there in the potato stabbing contest. But this is what I'm thinking. I watched it, and these are my thoughts. First of all, there was some foul play afoot, I think. Second of all, hasn't anybody ever told you guys that you have to let the ladies win? And especially when it's so close to the tie. I mean, they got to get an honorable mention or something.
They choked.
You know, we need a redo.
The Spuds were in the car first.
I saw it. I saw the video. They definitely had the Spuds in the car before the vice mayor and the city manager.
You just got to get across the finish line.
Yeah, there's something called a finish line or the end of the race.
It's like handing off the baton before the other team.
I want a rematch.
Absolutely. So anyway, this weekend I was at the ball game and I saw Mayor Ledford throwing out the pitch at the Jethawks game, and
What?
I'm obliged whenever I see him to challenge him to box.
It was Palmdale night at the Jethawks Stadium, at the Clear Channel Stadium.
And Mr. Mayor, it gets worse. As I ran up there to confront Mayor Ledford, I found him in the company of our city manager. So that was pretty ugly. But
it's that one city thing we're working on.
You guys really don't have the warrior thing down yet, do you?
anyway, I'm hoping that we can get a home run derby in our city to settle disputes from here on in, because that's what I'd really like to participate in. So we could do that. I've made some bold promises to the city manager, and I intend to keep them. Thank you.
Mr. Paul, you're a joy. Thank you.
Good night.
We have a Grand Prix coming up.